Okay, welcome to day 83. How did your planting go? Did you plant your seed of faith and did you plant your seed of hope? Have you been watering it, nourishing it, and thinking about it over the last 24 hours? Because today we're going to talk about the next step in this sort of belief process or this evolution of faith creation on your way to generating a knowledge. Now, see, we're talking about faith, and this is the only step in the whole blueprint for results creation that we're spending multiple days on because I believe it's that vital and that important. So today I want to address this next idea, which is once you've planted the seed of hope. So we know that faith is to believe in something that's true but that hasn't been seen. How do you develop that faith? You plant a seed of hope or a seed of faith, you nourish it, and you let that faith grow. But here's what's going to happen. Can I just be honest with you? What's going to happen is you're going to doubt. Now we're going to address doubt in the next day or two, but today I want you to understand that as you're going through this process, you will have doubt because faith is hard to develop, right? If it was easy to develop, everybody would have it and be creating all the results that they wanted because faith is essential to results creation. But because you're going to doubt, you must find a way to renew faith. Now, when you doubt, if you nourish the doubt, it will lead to a loss of hope and a loss of faith. On the flip side, if you plant the seed of hope and plant the seed of faith and nourish it, it will grow and develop. Think of it like this. If you were to plant that oak tree, right, or any plant, a flower, whatever, and you planted the seed in the ground, you have no proof that that seed is going to blossom into something. So what do? You have faith that it will, right? And remember, faith is action. So what do? You water it and you nourish it and you put it in sunlight. You actually take action because you have faith that the seed is going to blossom and grow. Now, you may, over a few days' time, not see anything burst up from the ground. You may see no blossom. You may see no green whatsoever. You may begin to doubt or lose faith. So what do you have to do? You have to find some way to develop prove to yourself that your faith is not in vain. You need micro proof. Now, here's the way that this works. If it were to be the tree, the plant, etc., you may need to go on to Google, and you may need to Google a sped up, time-lapse video of how something grows, a plant, a tree, etc., so that you can at least use that as proof to renew your faith that yours could work too. Because if you don't do that, if you just nourish the doubt, then you're just going to go, oh gosh, I don't think it's going to work, I'm not seeing anything happen, I'm just going to give up, right? You go backwards. But if you were to go and Google that thing, whatever it is, and you were to see it work somewhere for somebody, it may give you just a little bit more today, a little bit more hope to nourish so that the faith can grow. With me, this unfortunately happens all the time. In writing my book, I had such a desire to share it with the world, and I just wanted to change lives. And sometimes I get caught up in wondering, was it worth it? All the money I spent, all the time I've invested, was it worth writing the book? You know what happens inevitably? Is I go back and look for micro proof. I go read testimonials of those whose lives have been touched. I think about my family, how our lives were touched. I put what I wrote in my book into action and I watch my life change right then. And it's another little burst of micro proof. And inevitably, when I do that and I nourish the seed and the hope by finding micro proof, whether it's outside of me or inside of me, that there is a reason to have faith because this thing has worked before. There's a track record of it working, so it might just continue to work for me. When I go and find that, what happens is I get one more day of nourishment for that blossom to grow. Imagine if all you did is take it day by day and nourish day by day whatever was required to persist in the faith and the hope so that the faith could actually grow and the blossom could begin to burst. That's what you've got to do. So today, here's the result. It's real simple. I want you to write down an example of some micro proof that it's paying off. Okay? So, if you believe you want to achieve some sort of a result and you planted a seed of hope and you're trying to have faith that you're really going to achieve it, I want you to figure out what has happened. So for me, if today was a rough day and I'm like, I don't know if it was worth it, the book, I want to change the world, what do? I go and I look at the most recent testimonial that I got of somebody just reaching out to me and saying, Kevin, the book made a difference. And I go, proof. Okay, I'll keep going. I'll keep persisting. I will keep moving in action to nourish the seed of faith so it can grow and blossom into a faith that eventually will become a knowledge. Okay? So, Go find a micro proof that your faith has not been in vain for the thing you're trying to achieve, and we'll see you tomorrow.